Good morning. It's Sunday. It's time for the playground. I'm waiting patiently. I've done some good grounding, some good centering, so I'm just being in stillness for anyone that wants to join me today. Nice, quiet, calm day. I need a nice, quiet, calm day, so I hope that you're in the mood for that too. It's all about, as I named it, Tasmanian devil, so the opposite of calm. So we're waiting for that bat signal to go up. I'd like to get it started. I don't have any idea. It's one of those days I don't have any idea what's going on. I see a heart though. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Come on in. We're all going to be still and calm today together. I have a very still energy. Good morning, Robert Dosa. Good morning, John Stewart. Come on in, guys. It's all guys today. How are you guys doing? This girl's tired. So we're going to do a nice, easy message today and move on into a nice, quiet, easy meditation. Go into nature, be nice, and just some stillness together. So I called it Tasmanian Devil. It feels like the energy of the past week. My life has been the energy of the Tasmanian Devil. I often see my energy, my life, as this swirling cauldron. I've even written about it before. It's like you take all these different pieces of your life. It's like you just keep experiencing life in all of these different ways, and they're all experiences. Full moon energy, maybe that's what it's all about, Robert. Maybe this is all the full moon causing all of this chaos. But I don't know about you guys. Many of us, it's like we have all of these things going on in our world. All these people circling around. Good morning, Carol, Allen. Good morning, good morning. And it's all about trying to somehow maintain some kind of cool. You know, like that cool kid that walks into the classroom. They somehow, no matter how much chaos is going around, they just got it together. They just got it together. And then there's me that's more like the Tasmanian devil. Like everywhere I go, there's chaos reigns. It's all around me all the time. And it's always trying to calm the storm. So that's what it's all about again today. Let's calm the storm for all of us today. Let's get things chilled out. Who wants to join me in that? Hi, Stefan. Good morning. Keep coming. It's Sunday. I've been away for a couple of days. I'm back. We're going to really pull in some nice calming energy, healing energy for everyone today. Life continues to teach. I know that you guys are going through it too. This is all experience, right? So I can sit here and say, oh man, we have two choices. We really always have two choices. We get to choose the filter that we want to experience, right? So we're always choosing. We're still physical. We have to go through things. We're just, as a physical being, we have all kinds of pleasantries and unpleasantries to experience in life, right? Being physical is not easy. And I was really spending some time yesterday considering what it's like. I had a conversation with someone and considering what it's like to, we're in physical form, and then what is it like the moment that we choose to step out of physical? What would it be like? And so I've spent a lot of time on that. I probably shouldn't spend too much time, but I think that's Tammy. Hello. But there is that, yes, Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Is there a fear in that? Is there a fear? Because I think that I'm coming to a place where being physical and being non-physical, they're both just states of being. And both are such adventures. And so I'm okay whichever way I go. But I choose to stay here physical right now. I choose to be here like this. Making that conscious choice of seeing the world differently, of stepping out of fear. That's really what it's about for me this morning, is stepping out of fear. So what's the worst thing? After Steve passed, I was like, geez, what's the worst thing that could happen to me? That was the worst thing that could happen to me. I really feel like there's nothing that I could ever experience than that would be, and I don't even want to consider. But that felt like, so what have I got to be afraid of? That's the point. There's nothing really to be afraid of. So it's stepping into life every day of all these other things. They just don't matter. You know, The things that used to really get me down, the things that used to really scare me, the things that used to be a big deal to me, they're just like there in the periphery. So that's where my Tasmanian devil comes in. It's like they're all around me. I'm here in the middle. I go shooting through. All this dust is flying. There's all these people and all of these experiences. They're just flying around me. And I'm in the center. And it's literally, it's just flying around me, right? It's not me. It's not me. It's not who I am. It's just life. Life continues to circle and swirl and change, and I continue to pull in different experiences. And as I go through it, it's like, don't take it too seriously. That's what they keep repeating this morning. It's not, don't take it so seriously. Life never ends. We only change forms. If we can change the way that we look at that, really change the way that we look at it, there really is no death. Steve hates the word death. There is no death. We only change forms. We step out of, I don't even know that we're changing forms. Maybe that's not the right terminology. We're stepping from where our energy is trapped in physical form, is kind of here, playing out this physical existence. And when we let go of that physicality, we're energy. We're not held down anymore. We're back to being totally miraculous beings, right? So what is there to be afraid of? When I was asked that question yesterday, are you afraid of it? I said, I sat and I thought for a minute. I pondered it and I said, what is there to be afraid of? It's like the next big adventure. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of me. It's the next big adventure. And this morning I was asked the question again, well, what about your kids? I said, when I pass from physical to non-physical, I will still be working. And he said, well, what about your kids? I said, when I pass from physical to non-physical, I will still be working. Every time you ask, well, what about this? When I pass from physical to non-physical, I will still be working. I'll continue to repeat that. I will still be a powerful being in my children's lives. No matter if I stay physical or non-physical, I will still be a powerful being. That's not going to change. So what is there to be afraid of? And I wonder how many of us have really spent time considering that. We cling. When we come into physical form, we cling to life. Well, I was thinking, I was passing by the Titanic Museum last night, and they got me thinking. So we got half a Titanic sitting there. It's an actual museum. And there was some people, traffic was really bad, and we were slowed down, and so I was just looking, and there was two people, and they were listening to music. Probably My Heart Will Go On, I'm sure. And they were dancing the sweetest, most romantic dance in front of this big ship. It's got this water feature in front of it. It looks like the ship is coming through the water. There's literally water, a water current. It's very beautiful if you're really into the Titanic. And a lot of people get married there, which seems a little crazy to me. But they were being all romantic, and they were doing the whole Titanic thing. And I thought, I wonder why that Titanic Museum doesn't put a place on the front of it where you can stand up there and put your arms out and let the wind blow in your face. Can you imagine? They'd sell tickets to that like crazy. Anyway, it got me to thinking about life. Because the Titanic is all about like two people falling in love, and they were just going to cling to life. And you look at that ship and people are clinging. When you watch that movie, they're really clinging to life in any way that they can. They are just, fighting and fighting and fighting to try to stay alive. And that's what we do. We fight so hard to stay physical. We fight so hard to keep things the same. We don't want to lose our livelihood. We don't want to lose our homes. We don't want to lose our cars. We don't want to lose our loved ones. We don't want to lose our physical being. We don't want to lose. And the message that came through strongly to me is you never lose. We never lose. We really don't. We don't lose. We only gain. The truth is that if we can change our focus from loss to gain, when a baby comes into the earth and that baby's born, we celebrate most of the time. The baby is celebrated. New life has come into the earth. We celebrate. We have parties. We celebrate every birthday. And when someone passes, we mourn and we go into grief. And it's somewhere deep inside of us, we're like, well, that's the end. They're just done. There's such a finality in it. You go to the closet and the shoes are sitting there and there's no feet to put in the shoes. And the clothes are there, and there's nothing to do with them. Nobody can wear those clothes anymore. And so we go into this place of grief. We have this big empty place. I don't have that person. And this is a really important message for those who have gone through grief. You continue to create space. Let go of those physical things that remind you of their physicality, because when they stepped out of that physical body, they didn't die. They just became everything. I think this message is going to continue to repeat through me until the whole world hears it. It's really important. We don't die. We don't need those shoes anymore. Our feet don't hurt anymore. We don't need to cover up our feet. We don't have to walk on cold ground, and we don't have to walk on rocks or sharp objects or anything, so we don't need shoes. We don't need clothes to cover our bodies. We don't need to have any kind of physical protection anymore. We don't have to have a coat wrapped around us to keep us warm. We don't have to take those vitamins anymore to keep the body strong. We don't have to eat. We don't have to worry about food. We don't have to worry about getting to the bathroom. We don't have to worry about getting in an airplane to fly, because we can fly. we just fly. We're like, oh, I can fly. We suddenly find our wings again. Physical is the limitation. Physical is the part. We should be sad when a baby's born. Sometimes when I was working in the hospital, I'd walk by the nursery and I'd be like, yeah, they're beautiful. And wow, they got to go through a whole lot of stuff. That baby comes into the world, and they're going to, if nothing else, they've got to go through maybe some bullying. They got to go through illness and disease. They're going to have to go through pain. They're going to have to lose loved ones. They're going to have to go through all of the difficulties of keeping a lawn, washing dishes, going through life. Life is painful. Life is difficult. This physical being, it's very difficult to be in a physical body. We applaud them for coming in. Wow, you're brave. You're a brave soul. You're a brave soul for coming into physical. Truly, all of you are very brave souls for coming in to physical form again. But when we pass from this physical body, when we let go of our physicality, that's when we really remember who we are. There's no real loss. We just continue to go on. We just continue to work. Our loved ones are still working. They're still there. They haven't gone away. They can be anywhere at any time. When you want to take an airplane flight, they're sitting in your lap. You don't even have to buy them a ticket. They're just there. They're just there. When I call on Steve, he doesn't have to... Thanks. Boom. Hello. When I call on Steve, he doesn't have to try to find a train ticket or a bus ticket or an airplane ticket or even just walk across the room. He doesn't have to work at it anymore. He just shows up, just like he just did. And if you're energy sensitive, you feel him. That's who you are. That's who you are. You are that. You are that energy being. You're not limited. You're stuck in that physical form, and yet that energy goes anywhere it wants to go. So here's the most beautiful part of this. Carol, let me see, because I know you get beautiful messages when you're listening. I think many people fear death because of the negative things we have been taught. Exactly. We've been taught negativity, haven't we? We've been told we will have eternal life if we do this or that. We are not told of the beautiful experiences on the other side. That's exactly true. And do you know that a lot of these people who never cross over, who get confused and they don't cross over, it's because they have such strong belief systems that they're afraid. They're literally afraid that should they cross over, they might end up not meeting up to the expectations, not being accepted by God, and that they are afraid that they might go to hell. So they stay here out of fear. Isn't that sad? The truth is that we all return to our truth. We all go back to what you might want to call heaven or home. Our energy is set free. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. It's stepping out of fear. So, those loved ones that you're missing so much, or those loved ones that are still in your life and they're driving you crazy. Truth is we're all perfect souls. We're all energy beings. We are energy. We are energy within a physical body. We call in that energy. We come in, and I feel that energy. I know my higher self very well now. And when she steps into the building, it's like, whoa, hello. Hello. Wow, what a beautiful energy. And that's you too. Get to know you, the real you, and that part of you will never has any fear. You never experience death. You never experience pain. You never experience abuse or bullying or sadness or grief. You're not going to experience that in the higher self. The higher self is always there, observing. You're observing. You can see how it's happening to your physical self. You can be there to support, and yet you have not, your truest self does not go through lower vibrational experiences. Does that make sense? So imagine that you're there in all that perfection. And if you could see yourself, you'd be like, wowzers, you're gorgeous. And you call that energy in, that part of you that's never been damaged. And this energy of home, of heaven, of never-ending life, of just perfection comes into your space. And you're like, okay, here I am. I can do anything. So that's what death is. That's what, if you want to call it death, that's what, thanks Steve, that's what it is. It is stepping back into letting go of all of those limitations, no longer having pain or fear or any kind of negative emotions or anything. It's like you step into yourself, your true self, and suddenly you're like, oh, all those were just my physical experiences. They taught me. I learned from them. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful that I was able to come in physical form. But when I pass out of physical form, or now, you guys can have this experience anytime. That's the most beautiful part of it, is you can have that experience at any point. You step out of physical form while you're still carrying your physical form. You can kind of float around the earth and go to wherever you want to go. And you can experience life as a non-physical being. You call in your higher self. You ask, where do I want to go today? What do I want to experience today? Maybe I don't want to be stuck in physical all the time. What do you think dreaming is? Astral travel. So, those are all the swirling parts that are going around me today. I've got a whole lot. I'm really pondering a lot on physical and non-physical and sorting, doing a lot of sorting. Trying to understand. My little physical self is trying to understand again. Trying to let go, as you said, Carol, I'm trying to let go of the fear. Trying to step out of fear. Is that Melanie? Good morning. I can't see everyone, so if you say hi, I can see you. So I'm trying to be at peace today. It's been a rough 24 hours. It's been rough, and I'm being in peace, and I'm pulling myself. I realize that when we're in an experience where someone is very, very sick, and we're looking at them, okay, let's just go there, and we're looking at them and we're thinking, this may be the end. That physical self may be close to the end. Can I bring myself to a place where I can step out of fear and I can call on the angels? I'm so grateful. I really am grateful to the angels that they help us through these situations. That whether we're staying in physical, whether we're the ones that are passing, whether we're with someone who is passing, whether whatever we're going through, that we can call on the angels to come in and help us to get through and to find a peace. And I'll tell you what, in those moments, that energy that comes in is the most beautiful, powerful, amazing, incredible, loving experience. Unconditional. And there's a peace that fills the room. I've been through it. I've been there. I know what it is. I didn't even know anything about it. I didn't know what I was doing. I had an idea. I had spent some time. I was feeling that energy, the healing energy with Steve come through me. I thought that he was going to heal physically. He didn't. It wasn't. It was his time to pass. And yet there was such a peace and a sacred energy about the whole being there through that transitional phase. So I know that it's not something to fear, because I've experienced it. The only fears that I had was, what am I going to do without you? And that didn't even cross my mind in the process in those hours of his being sick. And his not being sick, and the sickness, I definitely had it, but in those last hours, in his final hours, I wasn't sitting there going, what am I going to do without you? I was sitting there telling him that we're going to be okay without you. I will make sure that we're okay without you. It's okay. It's okay. I told you I'd be there. Whether you chose life or chose to pass out of physical, I told you I'd be there with you every step of the way. And I'm here, and I'm just going to stay with you, and I'm going to bring you comfort, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. And I did. And there was a peace. It was like a birthing experience, truly. It was like childbirth. It really is. So I don't have a fear of it anymore. I don't have a fear of stepping out of life, my physicality. And I'm really working. As much as part of me thought that I should be in fear if I'm around someone that may pass, part of me is also like, maybe it's my job to just be here. Maybe it's our job to just be here. Instead of freaking out, getting scared and getting sad and getting whatever, maybe it's just let go of everything else. Let go of everything else. Don't start thinking about what could happen and what you're going to lose and what you're going to, whatever, how to do this and how to do that, but just be present in the moment, whatever it is. Be present in the moment, whatever it is, whatever you're experiencing. Stop yourself for a little bit. Stop thinking so much. Stop with the Tasmanian devil stuff. Let it just gets swirling around us. And if we could just go stop. You know, a Tasmanian devil, he would just go. Have you ever watched the cartoon? He's my favorite. He's like, he's just going. And there's all this stuff swirling around him. He's just like making and all this stuff is swirling around him. And I think that's humanity in general. We're always moving. We're always going. And everything's swirling around us. And then sometimes it's swirling so fast, we're like, oh my gosh, my head is just spinning. I can't even stop it. It's just wearing me out. There's so much going on. And then all of a sudden he would just stop. And everything would just come to the ground. Boom. Tornado's over. Can we do more of that? Stop. You are in control of that spinning, whirling dervish around you. Yes, people are going to continue to have problems. People are going to continue to give you a hard time. There's people. Do you have to let your energy, the energy that's flowing around you, be like the Tasmanian? Remember, Tasmanian devil was the one that was in control of all that spinning. He's the one that had the control of stopping it, just like we do. So just stop it. Let's just stop the spinning for a little while and just be still. Whatever's going on in that head of yours, I found a peace last night like I've never had before. In the midst of a storm, in the midst of a big, fearful storm, I stopped. And I found a peace like I've never found before. And that was my job. My job was, can I step out of fear and just be still? Calling in the angels, letting them bring the peace. And they did. They brought it. But it was my job to stop the chaos. It was my job to stop the spinning. And in that moment when I got quiet, the peace filled the room. So that's my message for you guys this morning. Be still sometimes. Please be still. When everything gets really, really scary, we can get sucked in. We can be filled with fear, and we just create the energy. You're so energetic. You have so much energy. So when you fall into fear and you feed that fear, it becomes this horrible storm, and it just will wash you right away. It'll blow you right away, and it's just gone. That's what it feels like, right? And instead, you just be still. Stop. Just stop. Be still. Realize you're the one that's creating the storm. You're the one. It's your storm. You get to stop it. Just stop it. Stop it from spinning for a minute. Just be still. And when that happens, when you say, okay, I'm just going to get still, I'm going to call the angels. All those things that have been flying around you, they just fall to the ground. And you're just sitting there in peace. Because they are right there waiting for you to call. Man, the energy last night was powerful. I'm still bathing in it. I'm tired, physically tired, but my soul is like, wow. Wow, how amazing. Let's do that again today, okay? It's about that time. Let's have some quiet time for just a minute. Let's call in the peace for anybody that wants to enjoy it with me. Is that Stephen? Definitely put your feet in that. Wait a minute, I can't see. Definitely put your feet in the dirt or mud today. It will bring much clarity to you. You're exactly right, Stephen. Rosalind, good morning. Great, thank you, Rosalind. I hope that you enjoy it. Whenever I write these books, it's like my soul. It's like I put my heart and soul into a book, and then it's like I've created a new life, and then I don't want to let them go. And then when I do, it's like, all right, whatever you guys, however, it's like sending a child off to kindergarten. Whatever you think, it's okay. Because it was just a matter of, that book was just a matter of me sitting down and releasing everything that I'd been going through, just letting it go. Everything that I'd been going through and everything that I was learning through losing Steve. And it was like, okay, here's the baby for anyone that wants to enjoy it. And I got to let it go. So thank you. And it is a fast read. It was a fast write, to be honest. I wrote it in about a week of coffee. It took me 3 years to figure out how to write it. And then when it started to come through, I just let it flow. So it's like a river. River flowed out. And then I was done. So, who wants to go? Who wants to go someplace with me? Who wants to just call on the angels and see where they want to take us? Just find some peace for a few minutes. I'd love for you guys to join me. They're all around in this space today. Steve is here. And I am just in bliss. So get your feet planted. See those roots coming deeply into the earth. We have the most gorgeous weather here today. I'd love to take you out in the mountains with me. 75 degrees, sunshine. It's going to change tomorrow. We're tanking tomorrow. But today we're going to visualize walking out into these mountains. Sitting on the earth, finding a big rock to sit on. Just enjoy the peace and the sound of the mountain stream coming down. See yourself sitting on, we have these huge ancient rocks. Find your ancient rock. They're massive. Find one to sit on right now. And as you do, you can feel those roots. It's like your spine grows roots, and it just grows deeply into that rock. And it just plants you right there. And you can feel that earth energy, ancient earth energy coming back up through. Feel it coming up through your spine. And as it does, it's going to every cell of your body. It's coming up through every one of your chakras. Lighting you up, reminding you of your true self. Your energy body. You are energy. So breathe it all the way up. Take a big breath and pull it all the way in. Beautiful. If you hold it for just a few seconds, then you release nice and easy, and do it a couple more times. Feel yourself coming into center. It's like all of you just comes boom into alignment. It feels so good when you do that. Like the ocean. Ebb and flow. Breathe in, easy, breathe out. That was a beautiful way of looking at it. Last night I realized that my body had to show someone else's body how to breathe. And I'm doing it again for you. We're here to help each other wake up. We're here to remind each other how to breathe, how to pull ourselves into center, taking that quiet time. Wherever you are, just be still. Whenever you start to feel stressed, be still and pull yourself back in. And breathe. Just like the ocean. That big, beautiful full moon, she pulls those tides in and out, doesn't she? In and out. Just like you. Pull that tide in and out. Just breathe. Let's find a big grassy field to lay down in for a minute. You're stepping off that rock. You're putting your feet, bare feet, on the earth. Feel the grass. It's cool. Feels good to your feet. Calling in your higher self, calling in Archangel Michael to protect each one of you. and your higher self comes into. Boom, you feel that beautiful energy. I want you to find a peaceful place and just lay down in that grass. Let your body just be perfectly grounded. As you lay down in the grass, it feels cool on your back and comfortable. Sun shining down on your face, gentle breeze. And if you look up, you can see pine trees. These beautiful branches coming up over the top. Little breeze blowing through the pines. Smell it. It smells so good. Oh, I love the smell of pine. There's some wildflowers around if you notice. Little purples and yellow daffodils shining at us. In the distance, you still hear that water rushing down from the mountain. It's just trickling around the rocks and pushing its way through. Makes a little bit of a roaring sound, just a gentle roar. Puts your body at ease. Feel the breeze touch your face. The sun shining on your cheeks. It's like a caress. Doesn't it feel nice? And just be at peace. Lay your arms right out in the grass. Just lay right out. Splay yourself right out on the green grass, on the earth. Nothing to be afraid of. It's just an easy, safe place to be. Just be for a few minutes. Just be. And as you're laying there relaxing, we're calling in the angels, calling in Archangel Raphael for healing. Anyone that needs healing, you just allow it. Just say yes. Allow Archangel Raphael to come in. Bringing healing to the mind, to the soul, to the spirit, to the body. Understanding, clarity, wisdom. Peace in the heart, I feel it. And then clearing, we're asking Archangel Michael if there's any cords, attachments, hooks, spells, curses, any old ancestral energy that can be cleared. Any old karma. Please clear away our energy fields today, all of us, each one that gathers here now or in the future, that we would all feel completely grounded and cleared, our energy centers all nice and clear and spinning perfectly today as we lay here and rest. Allow the angels to minister to you. A whole army of angels comes in. Loved ones come in and lay down beside you. Whoever you'd like, just call them in. Let them lay down in the grass beside you. Feel that peace. They're still so very alive. More alive than you knew them in physical form. They're so alive. Just rest. Just rest. Calling in the Ascended Masters. They're knocking on the door. Yeshua. Kuan Yin. Bringing power. Reminding you of who you are. Opening you up to your truth. Who are you? You're ancient. You are love. That's the answer. You are ancient and you are love. There's nothing to worry about. Let go of those worries. Just shake them off. Nothing to worry about. All is coming together perfectly. The pieces are falling perfectly into place. Just allow them. Don't try to force your pieces into place. Just rest into it. Knowing that the angels, that your guides, that your higher self knows what's best for you, knows what you have planned here, knows how to help you put all those pieces together. You don't have to do this all by yourself. Continue to breathe nice and easy, allowing the energy to flow up and down your spine, down to every cell of your body, through your muscles, your bones, your organs, ligaments, through your immune system, wherever you need healing, through your brain, your skull, your eyes. your mouth. Opening up those vocal cords, allowing you to speak your truth. Don't hide yourself anymore. Big breath. Pull it all the way up from the base of your spine, pulling up, 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 up. Kundalini energy rising, rising all the way up. Pull it up. Sitting up nice and straight now. See yourself in that grass, sitting up nice and straight as that earth energy, ancient energy comes up. Pulling it all the way in. With a big breath. Nice. Well done. Well done. Now we're asking, I want each one of you to feel those roots coming back up into your feet, into your spine, pulling it all the way up in. And as it does, it's bringing earth energy to heal and to strengthen you today. Starting to feel your toes and your fingers coming back into physical. Coming back to where you're sitting, wherever you are. Asking Archangel Michael, thanking the angels. Thank you, angels, ascended masters. Thanking your loved ones and your higher selves and each one of you for joining me today. This beautiful team that's all around you for continued healing, continued support around each one of you. Archangel Michael, thanking Archangel Michael and thanking him for bringing this beautiful bubble of protection around you today as you go out into your day. Just feel yourself being wrapped all up. You're safe within that bubble. Nothing negative comes in there. Don't allow it. It's all up to you. You choose what comes in. You choose what comes out. Choose only love. Just choose love. Nothing else. One more last big breath. Integrating all this beautiful energy that's been surrounding you and filling you right up. Take a big breath. There you go. Nice and peaceful and settled. Beautiful. Thank you for joining me. Such a peace, such bliss. Thank you, guys. Whatever's happening, it's always okay. It's always okay. We're all going to be okay. We're always okay. And we're all here together for a reason. So you need support, you just reach out. Please take good care of yourselves today. I love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Take good care for now.